So this is a quick little video about the components of the XM70 PFP unit from Graco. So we're starting at the back here with the feed system. And what we have is what's called the ram feed system. These are ram feed pumps because the material is so thick they won't come through a regular siphon or hopper fed. So these ram pumps are single leg pumps that are lift up on a pneumatic ram. The bucket is inserted underneath, and then you have what's called the platen there, which is what seals around the bucket to force the material up and in to the pressurized hoppers. So it's not going to feed without those on there. So this is definitely a critical component of it. From there, the material does move into 20-gallon pressurized hoppers. Now, fireproofing, epoxy fireproofing is compressible. So if we didn't have this system, the material would go uncompressed into the proportioning system. And once it went through there, it would cavitate due to the compression. So what would happen is the pumps would cavitate on the downstroke and you would not have correct ratio. So the idea here is not only are we heating the material, but that we are compressing it so that by the time it actually comes through the proportioning system, it's already compressed, it's not going to cavitate, and we're going to have accurate ratio. From there, it goes through the heaters like any other plural, and then it feeds into the dosing valves up here, which are actually dosing out the material by weight, not by volume. Now, the machine doesn't have a scale on it, but you calibrate it with the product you're using. It'll dispense 750 milliliters of each product. You weigh that product, it now knows that every gram of A equals, or every milliliter of A equals this many grams, and every milliliter of B equals this many grams. From there, you give it the weight ratio that you want, and it's doing that volumetric to weight calculation, dispense still by volume, but really by weight. In this case, 2.38 to 1. And so, as you can see, it is dosing back and forth between those two items as we spray. We can go over to the computer, which has a lot of information for us that we need, but then it also gives us a live readout of the exact ratio that we're spraying, and then we can see our applicator actually spraying that onto the beam. So that's a quick overview of the XM70 PFP.